into the hands of the wicked. That's why we breathe in chemtrails. Right. That's why we drinking fluoridated water. Right. This is why the food is GMO in the grocery stores. Right. It's all destroyed because all this was given over to the hands of the wicked, and he's destroyed greatly. Go ahead, brother.
This is Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked.
That's right. The wicked they not going to be acquitted. It ain't going to be no mercy shown. You know, this is your mercy. The Heavenly Father gave you rulership of the world. That's mercy. That's balance. See, this is the Heavenly Father. You can't say that he's not balanced, that he's not just.
Right.
He gave you white people the rule of the world.
Right.
And look what you did with it.
Yeah.
Look what y'all did with the world, man. You can't hardly go nowhere without stepping on concrete. Forests are being destroyed. Wildlife is being destroyed. We got endangered species in the world. You never had that under righteous rulership. You see? But that's because this white boy is a destroyer. He's a colonizer and he's a destroyer. And that's all he knows, to rape, rob, pillage, and murder. Go ahead, brother.
This is back in Job chapter 9, verse 24.
That's right.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
So he covered the faces of the judges thereof. This is how you know who the scripture is talking about. See? They said this is Jesus. They said this is Jesus.
Excuse me, can you guys speak down a little bit?
Okay, go ahead and walk down there a little bit.
Yeah.
So they covered the face of the judges, man. This is not the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son, according to the scriptures. According to the scriptures, he looks like this. You know what I'm saying? Scriptures say he looked like this. White woolly hair, red fiery eyes, skin as bronze as if it had been burnt in a furnace. So we don't know who this devil is. Well, we know he goes back to Serapis Christus. But this modern day image goes back to Cesare Borgia. But Cesare Borgia, when they put this picture up, it was a likeness of Serapis Christus.
Wasn't it a portrait?
Yeah, they had the major artists of that time back in the 1300s. Da Vinci, Michelangelo, everybody. This was a decree. Passed of this all over, because they were just coming into the Renaissance. They were just coming into power, so they knew the church had power. And Pope Rodrigo VI, you know, he sat at the head of the church, and so he was like, you know, to get the people to love us and to follow us, we need to put our images up in these churches. And so they just solidified control and power. They consolidated through this Catholic church system, which they still use to this day. And brother talked about that a little bit, you know. How is it that you can have all these pedophiles get caught red-handed,
Right.
and yet the church still no outcries, no protests,
Yeah, they should have burned down churches by now.
something. You know, a nigga have a 1,000,000-man march over nothing,
Right.
but you got all these pedophiles in the church, nobody's saying anything.
Con.
See, this is the time that we're living in, but that shows the influence and the power of the Catholic Church.
That would be like that ritual, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's a part of their ritual. And it started with them as little boys, as altar boys, them getting sexually popped. And then they grow up with that sickness, with that disease, and then they do it to other boys. They become priests and whatever, and then they do it to others. But yeah, it is a ritual involved, because, man, brother, we talk about sex magic. They believe in sex magic. And so that's one of the highest forms of sex magic, is to penetrate a little white boy.
The anus, yeah.
And the anus. That's one of the highest forms of magic that they try to achieve. So, and masonry is all about sex magic. That's all it is. The compass and the square, that's the male mounting the female. And the G in the middle stands for the generative principle, which means the act of sex. To recreate. Yeah. And Bill Shinoblin broke that down, but the apostle, I heard this from the chief apostle Tahar years ago. And then this 90-degree Mason named Bill Shinoblin, he also goes into it and breaks it down. He say, when they rituals, they wear the apron.
Yep, God.
He said that's represented the veil. And behind the veil, the penis, that's the holiest of the holy for them. This is their perverted thing. And the resurrection is their broad becoming erect. That's what when they talk about the resurrection. Because resurrect means to stand again. That's what it means. So they are perverted people, man. This is why they must go down. This is why the brothers read the Heavenly Father is angry, man, with furious anger. Go ahead, brother.
I'm watching it. He might be taking pictures.
Okay.
This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Oh, and I wanted to add one more thing as far as Rodrigo Borgia is concerned. And the reason why he was in that chief priest position is because they would buy those positions. You know, like they would buy those seats in the Senate.
Murder and
start to defile the word of Yahweh Shemiah Shah. So I wanted to add that real quick. Hey man, no pictures, bro.
Yeah, no pictures.
No pictures, man. I knew you would sit down there doing that shit, man. Faggot.
Yeah.
So, go ahead. No. I mean, that was the only point. Because you had made that point about Rodrigo Borgia and then the image of Caesar being painted. But the reason why he was in that type of role is because he bought his way into it. Right. So that's a tidbit that like history tells you when you start to get into the history.
So,
just like high priest, is it Melaneus in the Maccabees?
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah.
Malanus.
Hang on, hold on.
Malanus. I think that's what it was. But yeah, you read in the first and second Maccabees, they bought their positions in the high priest.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, sure, right.
So yeah, just something to think about, because as these other nations started to conquer our people, they embodied our ways, which is the reason why they destroyed the temple, because they really wanted to take the information for themselves. And as the scriptures say, and matter of fact, they wanted to paint the likeness of their image.
Yeah, of their images. Yeah, see, this is we got the history. It's in our recordings. You see what I'm saying? And shit, I had a point. But yeah, go ahead and ask your question.
So you know how they got the capital of Jerusalem in Israel. So that be where everything take place as far as in Revelation.
Oh well, the entire Middle East. But yeah, Jerusalem is gonna factor into it too. But yeah, talking about that whole Middle Eastern region from going from Africa, the borders of Africa, all the way to India. That whole Middle Eastern region is going to be a hotbed. That's going to be that final showdown.
Right.
Yeah, Armageddon, as the scripture calls Mountain of Troops. In the Hebrew, Hamagadwan, Hama meaning mountain, Godwan meaning troops. Like Gad, you see the tribe of Gad. Go ahead, sir. Gad meaning troop. Gad meaning troops, or God. So God won, you put the one on the end and makes it plural. So that'd be troop. So God won is the mountain of truth. The Valley of Jehoshaphat. Well, they mostly here in America, but we all everywhere, man.
Yeah, we're scattered.
We scattered. Yeah. But mostly Gad is here in North America, parts of Canada, and pretty much North America and Canada. Yeah, a lot of our people don't know that. But this word is going out. More and more of our people are waking up, you know what I'm saying? That's why we come out here in faith, man, week in and week out. You know, for brothers like you inquire. See how the Most High work, he answers prayers, brother.
Right here, damn, then y'all talking about sex magic. I got it too bad.
See, that's the sorcery of this world. Yeah, you got to leave that. You got to stay away from that. But
I feel like it's going down, like 2020, it's gonna go down. Like
that's what's gonna go down.
And like it drains your energy. It drains your energy.
Yeah, it zaps your spirit.
It zaps your spirit. It's gonna see your ancestors and other people. And people are going down around you, and you don't know. You know, and the bitch that I got into it with, like how much she died and all this.
Well, hold that point. We'll get back to it, but we got to stay on topic right now.
It's First Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 48. Kind of going back to what we were talking about, how not only did they paint their own image, but they sought those seats to replicate what the temple's order would be. You know, as far as high priests, officers, commanders, generals, chiefs, things of that nature. This is First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 4. It says, and laid open the book of the law, which are these holy scriptures,
Holy Bible,
the scrolls, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
and that heathen being you so-called white people. This is why you got white Jesus in the church. This is not the true image. Well, I mean, yeah, this is Jesus, but this is not the true image of Yahushua. The true Lord, the Lord's true name is Yahushua. He is salvation. Or He's deliverance. That's our Lord, man. Yahushua. Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. He to be. Yah is He. Hawa to be. He to be. He is. He is. Yesterday He is. Today He is. Tomorrow He is. He just is. That's the Heavenly Father. Daniel referred to Him as the Ancient of Days. So He has no beginning, no end. As opposed to Yahushua, who is what? In the Hebrew, the Awatha. In Greek, that would be the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So it started with Him and it's going to end with Him. But the Heavenly Father, there is no beginning because Yahushua created all things. So when it's all said and done, it's going to end with Yahushua. So yeah, brother, you got it.
I think that was it on that point. Oh, I wanted to bring out one more point because you had asked, I believe the tribe of Gad over there in the Holy Land. This is a quick scripture to let you know. Have you heard of the term diaspora? Okay. So diaspora, essentially, look it up, but it goes into the scattering of the 12 tribes of Israel. Initially, it was in the Babylonian captivity. That was the first scattering. Okay, around 586-ish BC. The northern tribes were scattered over here throughout the four corners of the globe, and then in the second temple being the Assyrian captivity, which would be did I say that right? 722.
When they came to this side?
Khan.
Yeah, around 724, around that time.
Yeah. Okay. Khan. So yeah, during those times, our people, through those conquerings of those other empires, our people were kicked out of our land and had to literally be dispersed across the globe. So now all of our people are scattered throughout the course of we don't have a centralized spot in which we're in, per se. Now, a great majority have been brought over here, okay, through slavery, through cargo slave ships. Okay. But it wasn't just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It was also Gad, Reuben, all 12. You know, at certain periods throughout history.
Because I read through Numbers and Deuteronomy right now.
Hold on one second. Yep. Hey, that was a ship called the Good Ship Jesus. That's right. Go ahead.
Right now I'm on Deuteronomy. I just got Numbers. Numbers, the Lord is numbering all the tribes of Israel.
Yep.
So now I'm in Deuteronomy where he's speaking on how they lost their faith. How they lost their faith.
Yeah, and majority of that was due to idols. Right. You know, what does it say? Ephraim is given unto idols.
Right. No, yeah.
Right.
Hosea going to Ephraim, going off Yeah.
Right. I mean, but that was, and as Scripture says, the beginning of spiritual fornication was the devising of idols.
Right.
You know, so yeah, just to show you another reason why our people were kind of dispersed from those lands is because we started to pollute it by worshiping these other. I mean, not specifically these, but
those
exactly. Okay.
Now, you remember after the Exodus, one of the first things they did, Moses went up to the mountain to get the law. They had Aaron to make him a calf.
See, Aaron was tripping, man.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, clearly there's no, what's the word, excusing, you know, his acts, even though the Lord, you know, through the Spirit is still going to forgive him. But you got to realize the pressure that our people, I'm sure, put on Aaron. You know what I'm saying? Either you die or you finna make this calf. You know, and Aaron's like, well, shit, bro.
By himself, right?
Yeah, for the most part. Or at least, you know, the scriptures, you know, say that Moses was there and Aaron was left with the people.
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't know however many other Levites were there, but basically they put Aaron in the spotlight.
Yeah.
Because at that time he was the only one that could, what's the word, uphold to what the commandments were stating. Come again?
He's the only one anointed.
They knew he was the next in
Right.
charge.
Yep. Exactly.
Under Moses.
Going back to order.
Right.
Going back to order.
And then the scripture tells you, he told him to bring the gold, and he just threw it in the furnace. The calf formed itself in the fire. Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy.
So
Moses followed
Yeah, second time. Yeah. The first time he was commanded to strike the rock.
Exactly.
The second time, the Heavenly Father told him to speak to the rock. But see, going back to what the brother was saying, they had Moses in the state to where he was like,
Man.
all the people, well, you know how our people are, man. Constantly
He was mad.
just talking shit, man, murmuring.
Moses was mad, man.
And he got mad.
He was mad. He got mad, man.
Yeah.
He got too
You want some
mad.
water? God damn it!
Wow.
God damn it,
Right,
you
yeah.
want
Right.
water?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
take it. Take all the water, yeah.
And the Most High wanted to be glorified. He had something he wanted to do. He wanted Moses to speak to the rock.
Right.
So
I get mad.
Right.
he didn't get to go to the kingdom because of that, or to the promised land.
Yep. Exactly. Yep. And that also goes to show you that there's repercussions for disobedience, and that's something else that's not taught here in this world. You know, going back to do what I will, that you can just do any and everything that you want to do, and there won't be a repercussion, because they don't want you to believe in Yahweh Shemi Awashai, because by believing in Yahweh Shemi Awashai, now you have a sense of fear, you have a sense of reverence. You know, you understand that you are not of yourself.
Right.
You know,
things that you did before then, or you still accountable for that before you finally learned that there's no saying?
See, this is about grace and mercy, man.
Right.
You
I was
forget
just praying for Allah just a while ago, and then I come up and like, boom, y'all.
now you know what it is. Squash that Allah, it's all about Yahweh, why Yahweh shot.
Write it down.
Yahweh and Yahweh shot.
I don't think I have. I'm being. I don't.
This is second time.
Okay,
I
just stick
think,
around.
look, buddy, you got a pen, Cheaty?
It's Sabbath.
Well, tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. Sabbath follows the new moon cycle. There's no set day of the week. It can be Monday one month, and the next month it can be on the Wednesday. This month it just so happens to fall Sunday evening to Monday evening.
I just got a highlight.
I'm about to show you.
Okay, let me bring this out. This is Acts. This is Acts chapter 17, and I'm gonna start at verse 24. It says, Yahweh by Shemi Awashai that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
Right.
Hey,
We
Then-
are,
oh, go ahead.
we are the brothers that you see around the world preaching the gospel of truth, which is Great Millstone and brothers who teach after that doctrine of Great Millstone. We are that temple that's being